Hey guys, so I finished making a new page that I think will be helpful for us as we play in the league this year. So I wanted to show you guys how it works. So first thing I want to point out is you can just search any player here. Oh, if I could do it on the right tab though. So I can just search up any player I want. So if I want to look at Robin Haas, it'll go to that player and it'll show me all of that stuff, right? So that's a good feature for you guys to know. To get that, I just did Control F on the desktop, so that's definitely a helpful feature. A couple of the stuff that we have here, go back up to the top. A couple of things that we have here. We have player name, player gender, the team they're currently on, the last thing that happened with them. Over here we've got, so this is preseason ADP, so this is those rankings that I had kind of already built out. This is what actually ended up happening across both leagues. Couple of notes here. If the number is 999 for preseason ADP, it means that we didn't use them at all last year, so I didn't make a ranking for them this year. And I wanted that to be abundantly obvious, so I used the number 999. As far as the real ADP goes, if a player wasn't drafted in a league, so like anything that says 155, that's a player that didn't get drafted in either league. So that's 141 because in this league we drafted 100 and sorry, in the other league we drafted 141 or 140 people, and then in this league we drafted 168. So that's the average of those two. If they were drafted in one league or the other, like if they were drafted in this league but not the other one, then there's going to be an average of 141 in there. And vice versa. If they got drafted in the other league but not in this one, then there's an average of 169, kind of dragging that down. So that's what that real ADP is. This one, this column, I have it kind of reduced down so you can't really read it, but it says 2025 singles ranking. So this is just based on their performance so far this year. So obviously Madison Keys, number one female singles player in the world. Yannick Sinner, number one male singles player in the world. I tried to color code them so that hopefully makes some sense there. And then this one is the doubles ranking. So Patton and Heliovara, if they're partners, one of them will have a higher number than the other. There's not much rhyme or reason to it. The only thing that was kind of a tiebreaker is if one of them did better in singles. So like Townsend, for example, got 25 points in singles over Sinyakova, who only got 4 points in singles. So Townsend's one and Sinyakova's two, which is a weird tiebreaker when you're talking about doubles, but that's how it is. And then this is the number you really care about. This is the overall ranking. So I took the higher result and I put them all on a list combined, and that's what this kicked out. So according to this, Madison Keys is the most valuable player from the Australian Open. Ostapenko is the 10th most valuable player from the Australian Open. It factors in the 363.61. It does not factor in the 4.95, except again as a tiebreaker over her partner, who did not play singles. If you scroll over here a little bit, it'll let me scroll over. That's the other thing, is it has gotten very slow. So I apologize for that, but it's a very, very large document. This one, pretty self-explanatory, how many singles tournaments they've played, how many singles points they've got, and then it breaks down singles points per tournament, singles points per match, and then same thing for doubles. Total doubles tournaments, doubles points, points per doubles tourney, points per doubles match. This is just the two numbers put together. So if you go back to someone like Ostapenko has 368.56 total fantasy points, because that's her doubles plus her singles combined. Optimal fantasy points is going to be something I'm working on. I have to add a new thing to all the player sheets, which is going to be time consuming. I'll probably do it as they play more tournaments. So like when Indian Wells rolls around, you probably start seeing some of these filled in. But for now, just know that it's whatever the green highlighted number is, that's the optimal number. So 441, 437, 411, so on and so forth. But that will eventually be updated, hopefully, fingers crossed. So those are the big things, but then I want to show you some useful functionality. So there's this button right here called that says views. If you click on it, I want you guys to notice I'm not logged into the like administrator account. This is just a kind of a third party account. So this is everything that you guys would be able to see and do. But I can I already have some views pre-created. This one's particularly helpful. This is grouped by current team. So I can scroll and I can see, okay, these are all the players that I drafted. So Keys, Sanyakova, Aravalo, Lise, Tien, Kudermatova, Fritz, Fokina, Nishioka, McNally, Tsitsipas, Tabilo, Vondrousova, and Kalinskaya. So you can see all 14 players that I've drafted. You can see where I drafted them. You can see how they're performing, how many tournaments they're playing, right? These are all kind of valuable information. This is valuable information to have. It looks like I had a pretty good tournament here because I had some good performing players. You can also, this one's super important, see the free agents. So this is every player that is currently not on a roster, and the default sorting hopefully should stay where it'll take this number, the real 80 or the real ranking that we talked about earlier. It'll take that number and it will sort by that, hopefully by default. So you can see, like right now, the most valuable free agent in this league, and I think in the other league too, is Andre Goranson. He's a doubles player. He got 296 points, and no one even owned him, let alone started him. So that's a big wasted opportunity. You can see there's, what is that, 10 players who had over 200 points and aren't even owned. So definitely some room for us to optimize in our leagues, particularly those of us who have like Kyrgios or Halep who just retired on our rosters. Maybe worth dropping those and adding one of these solid performers. Just even if you're just going to have them on your roster to not let other people have them. Food for thought. So that's one view. You can also group by total doubles tournaments played. If you want to see all the doubles players and not look at the people who don't play doubles. So this is all the people who played 0 doubles tournaments at the top here, because you see all these singles. And then if you go down here, total doubles tournaments played 1. So now, same thing, it's going to sort by points. So like Henry Patton was the most valuable doubles player, Harry Heliovara, Andre Goranson, who we talked about earlier, that was the best free agent still around. I'm interested to see like next year, right, how this changes. Because look at, all these players are drafted in, with the exception of a couple here, like 5th, 9th, 4th, 9th, 3rd. But third, that's Mira Andreeva. She was drafted for singles, probably, right? Same thing with Ostapenko, 4th. But a lot of these players drafted in the double-digit rounds, so I'm interested to see how that changes. Obviously, this was the first year of doubles, which is why you're seeing a lot of this. So I think it'll just take time for us all to adjust. So that's pretty helpful. Same thing, you can do the same thing for singles. Got that over here. So scroll up a little bit here. So this is total singles tournaments played 1. You'll notice that the singles tournaments played of 0 is kind of above it. So you will have to scroll down to see this. But again, you can see, and this one doesn't appear to be sorted by by ranking, which is unfortunate. But hopefully with the green numbers, you can kind of scroll down and see. It's interesting that where is Keys? That's Senyakova. Strange. Don't know what that's about, but you can at least see who has played. It's going to drive me insane if I don't figure out why, though. Let's see. Like, there's Djokovic, Zverev. Okay, so it's like right here. I don't know why all of these players got pushed up. You know what? I've figured it out. It's because when we just grouped by doubles, so these players all have played a doubles tournament. These players have all not. So that's why it kind of remembers the last thing you grouped by. So a little unfortunate in that, but you can still see that information, which is important, right? You can also, let's like exit that. If we go here, we can do create a group by view. So we can look at any of these. So if I wanted to group by gender, I could do that. And now all the women are in one place, all the men are in one place. So any of these columns you can sort by. Oh boy, made it think too hard. There we go. Any of these columns you can sort by. Some of them are going to be more useful than others. Let's see, create filter view. I'll see what this is like. Temporary. Okay. So earlier when we were worried about we couldn't find the singles points in order, we can do this. So if you do a filter view, you can filter any of these how you want. So like there's Keys at the top, there's Sinner at second, Sabalenka, Swiatek, Zverev. So that's another one that's important. So these are that's the filter view. When you go looking for it, create filter view. But yeah, so that's that page broken down. Last thing to touch on here is if you want to add a player. Let's say you want to, after watching this video, you want to come in and you want to add Andre Goranson. You can't edit this page. Or you shouldn't be able to edit this page. Let's see if it lets me do this. It did not. Okay, good. So it doesn't let you edit the page, which is important because this page is a little bit complex. I might open it up at some point to just where you can edit column H and column I, but we'll see. That's a lot of work too. But if you come in here, you see Andre Goranson is available because he's a free agent. You can, first of all, you can text in your respective group chain, hey, I'm dropping so-and-so and I'm adding Andre Goranson. And then this part you can do on your own. I don't know if it'll let me because I'm not logged in as the right person here. But you can go in here and you can type in, yeah, I can't type in. But if this was my if I was logged in under the right person, right, I could go in here and I could get rid of Davidovich Fokina and I could add, I've already forgotten his name, Goranson. But so basically you would text the group chat and then you would go to your page and just make the corrections. I won't make the correction for you on your page unless I happen to notice it, but don't count on that. I would just make the correction on your own page. I will, when you send that text, make the correction in this page. So if you're looking for your specific page, the BRC League player ownership / 2025 stats is different than the PTM League version of it. It will take forever to load in, so don't mind that it's blank. These do load in. It's just not automatic sometimes. It's all the same information. The only thing that's going to be different from this league to the other league is going to be that stuff right there. So the team and the transaction. And these points will be different as we, excuse me, as we go through the year, just because like the 10-team league isn't playing Miami, but the 12-team league is. So the 12-team league will have different numbers because they've played a tournament that this 10-team league hasn't. So the numbers will end up being different, but and obviously all the team specific information will be different. So definitely use your own page, not the other league's page, but that's pretty self-explanatory. All right, I've been talking for 17 minutes, so that is going to be it. Thanks for watching.